Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're starting with a totally blank canvas to build what is literally the ultimate foundational block of Python, the custom function. By the end of this, you are going to understand exactly how to command Python to do your heavy lifting.
Picture an empty coding environment. You know, that clean, dark theme interface with just a single focused code cell. No distractions. Just a quiet space waiting for us to tell it what to do. Let's actually watch the syntax build itself piece by piece. All right, part 1, starting with def.
So every programming language needs a specific signal, right? A way to announce that we're about to create something brand new. Well, in Python, every single custom function begins strictly with this one keyword, def. It's short for define, and it acts as the universal starting line for your code.
Next up, we follow that keyword with our function name and a set of parentheses. Now, the name is just how you'll call on this code later, and those parentheses, think of them as receiving doors for any data you might eventually want to pass inside.
Moving right along to part 2, the crucial colon.
Okay, so we add a colon right after the parentheses. Now I know it might look like just a simple grammatical pause, but forgetting this tiny little character is practically a rite of passage for beginners. Seriously, it'll break the entire structure.
Our source material hits the nail on the head here. This colon serves as a strict gateway. It's the vital gatekeeper signaling to Python, hey, the introductory setup is complete and the actual instructions are about to follow.
Which brings us to part 3, defining with docstrings. We drop down to the next line and type out these opening triple quotes. This incredibly unique syntax tells Python you're about to write a special multi-line text block, which gives you as much space as you need to thoroughly document your work.
And this is exactly where we place our doc string, basically a documentation string. It's like a transparent little note to your future self, or your teammates, clearly explaining what the function actually does right there inside the code.
Then we just close those triple quotes, neatly packaging our whole description inside. Honestly, it is such a clean, helpful habit to build before you even touch the heavy lifting.
All right, part 4, the indented function body. Now really look closely here. Notice how we're on the next indented line? In a lot of programming languages, spacing is just for visual preference. But in Python, no way. It is a strict mechanical rule.
As our source defines it, this indented region is called the function body. Everything pushed inward under that original def line is officially recognized by the computer as part of this specific custom operation.
And finally, part 5, the return statement.
So we absolutely need a way for our function to hand its work back to us, right? To do this, we move to the next line, making 100% sure we are still indented inside the function body and type the word return.
Let's define exactly what this does. The return statement is what officially sends a value back out from the function once it is finished running. Think of it like this. You ask the function to do a job, it does the work in that indented body, and then the return statement formally hands you the finished product.
And there we have it, the whole shebang, the complete basic syntax of a Python custom function. We literally took a blank coding cell and logically built it up, piece by piece, into a structurally perfect template.
Let's quickly lock this in one more time. Step 1, the def keyword. Step 2, the name and parentheses. Step 3, that crucial colon gatekeeper. Step 4, our descriptive docstring. And Step 5, the indented body and the return statement. You know, you've just seen the step-by-step construction of Python's most essential tool, the core building block for almost everything you're ever going to do in this language. So now that you hold these foundations, what custom function will you build first?